And I was actually the group leader of Citadele's 2023 international trip to Europe. And I was very fortunate to have as a partner in crime, Mr. Carlos. Now, what many of you don't know is that though I do love to travel, I'm also a person who loves to be at work and at home. So when Mr. Alfred informed me that I would be taking the helm this year in place of Mr. Matthew, I will be honest, I was not super excited. I was quite nervous because taking on an international trip like this with students is a very serious responsibility. You know, you're undertaking not only other people's children under your supervision, but you're taking them to countries where you might not be able to speak the language and in places that you don't know. And it's quite daunting of a feeling. Also quite exciting, I discovered. Now, even though the safety of our students was of my utmost importance, another thing that was very important to me is that these wonderful people had fun and really got to discover and enjoy their trip. Since we have started these journeys in 2006, I had the privilege, as a person staying at home, to really watch the travelers and the students come back from these voyages more united as schoolmates, more compassionate towards their fellow global citizens, and more appreciative of everything that our multicultural country, province, city, school has to offer. They became very cognizant of the fact that they're very lucky just to be sent on these international trips, and very appreciative that the school puts these things together for them. And the students that would come back would grow as people. And like Mr. Matthews' groups and Mr. Alfred's groups before him, I really wanted to take this torch and the bar that they set quite high and do it justice. But all these fears actually were for naught because of the 15 students, the amazing students that traveled with us, 12 of which are before you today. We have a couple of absences. So you see, I worried for no reason. What I discovered is that they are amazing, intelligent, respectful, funny, and I will never say this again, they're also quite cool. You will never hear that word again. They're silly, they're energetic, they're compassionate, they're curious. The list really could go on, and we don't have that much time for me to do that. But the most amazing thing were how inclusive they were of me and Mr. Carlos. We were part of their buddy team. It was really quite fun. I really liked it. And not just that, we also had 9 boys from St. Mike. They really included them and made them enjoy our chaos, our positive chaos. And then really, very quickly, we went from being 15 to 24, so counting was much easier at that point. We didn't have to separate heads from heads. 24, we got 24 kids, we're good. So from our first day, or actually our second day, because we did not sleep for over 24 hours, we just went. Champions. We got carted off upon arrival to Barcelona. We got carted off to the subway, of all places. Probably one of the scariest, most intense places I've ever been in my life. And while we were waiting on the subway platform, exhausted from our journey. And when I mean exhausted, I mean probably, hour 26 of our day or something crazy like that, or 30. We decided to do some improv. Just mess about and do some improv. And I think I might have initiated it, but what was awesome is that they actually just went with it and had so much fun. And I realized that as a chaperone, this was actually going to be a very fun experience for me. These students took care of one another, helped each other, welcomed learning about one another, and within a day, I didn't have students from grade 6 to level 3. I had 15 friends on a journey together. So, I would like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of them for being amazing and incredible, and for making this journey for me quite magical. I also want to congratulate Mr. Matthew, Madame Daniela, Madame Isadora, Mr. Alfred, and all of the teachers who have ever undertaken this journey. To volunteer to do this on your holidays is incredible of you. I've been placed in your shoes. I understand completely the intensity of these trips, the go, 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 the realization that you need to get a new pair of shoes that's way more comfortable than what you brought on your vacation, all of those things. But thank you, because these amazing experiences are really, really enriching. Mr. Alpha, though I gave you a bit of a hard time, just a little. Thank you for selecting me to do this. It's really interesting to realize that you're never too old to learn. I was really pushed out of my comfort zone. I think I did pretty good on that.
Very good.
Oh, thank you. My champion. You challenged me to do something I did not know I could do. You do this, and all of you as staff, you do this every day in your classes. And honestly, what a lesson learned for me as an adult to just try something I'm not confident in and then discover I'm actually kind of capable of doing it. So I too became a student on this journey. I also have to thank Mr. Alpha for constantly putting these trips together, Mr. Matthew, you guys plan these, and what you don't know is that it takes months and months and months of planning to put these together. The office, Madame Faye, Madame Bin, Madame Bruna, Madame Annie, who's not with us, they spent actually over a year working on this for us to go and have fun for 10 days. And on behalf of the entire team, I would like to say thank you to all of you for everything that was done. Now, if you don't know me, and these guys will attest to this, I could probably talk for another 25 minutes, 30, something like that, I don't mind. But, ooh, I forgot to say these kids are sassy. They're also very sassy. I like sassy. But what I will tell you is what's going to happen today. So today, when I found out we were going to do a presentation, which they were so excited about, I did what every good group leader would do. I made them do the work. Because yeah, you have to do the work. So I will not be leading today's presentation. What will happen is I challenge all these wonderful students to pick a day to make a video presentation for you and to talk about it. So you are all going to come to Europe with us and enjoy our trip and become part of our 24. So we're going to be now 200 going on this trip. So without further ado, I would like to begin by introducing the Voyagers.
Student, and I'm going to be presenting day 1 and day 2 of our trip. So on the first day, we departed from the Toronto Pearson Airport and prepared to board our plane to London. We visited Booster Juice, got some food, got some drinks, got to hang out with our teachers, really get to know our chaperones. And we then spent 7 hours on the plane to London. And by the time we arrived at Heathrow Airport, it was chaos. There were so many people, so many baggage. We got random security checks. Some of us had 100 milliliter liquids, including myself, in my bag, so I got stopped. And we made it to the plane to Barcelona really by the skin of our teeth, so thank God for that. And by the time we made it to Barcelona, we met up with our tour guide, Alex, great person, and we met up with the other school, St. Mike's. And right after, we checked in our hotel and went straight to our first restaurant, and we were awake for about 36 hours straight, so it was really jam-packed the first 2 days, and food was great, and we stayed at the hotel for the night. And without further ado, I'm going to show you the day 1 and 2 videos.
my name is Nicky, I'm on level 2. Today we will be presenting the third day of our Europe trip.
To start the day off, we had a good breakfast at our hotel. Then we went on our guided tour by bus. We stopped at a parkway where we saw amazing designs throughout.
Our second destination was the Sagrada Familia, where we saw huge buildings with lots of towers. Sadly, we weren't allowed to go inside, but it still looked amazing from the outside.
After that, we stopped at a market to have a snack. And after your group finished, your group was allowed to get souvenirs. And my favorite part of the day was the souvenirs that I got, which was this Barcelona ball and this messy shirt. After the market, we went to the beach where we played soccer or relaxed on the beach.
Then for dinner, we had a delicious traditional meal called paella, which was rice cooked on a pan with chicken and veggies. And then we returned to our hotel to pack for the next day.
And behold our video of day 3.
So we started this day off early in the morning as usual, around 7 in the morning, and we drove from Barcelona to Provence in France. And so in Provence we visited the world famous Pont du Gard aqueduct. So an aqueduct is a bridge-like structure that's supposed to transport water from place to place, and it's usually very, very long. So this aqueduct was built in the year 60 AD, and it was built by the Romans. And currently it stands at 48 meters high and 273 meters long. And this is only the bridge of the aqueduct. Obviously, it used to be much longer, but this is the part that remained for historical and tourist purposes. So when we arrived there, we had the chance to go on the aqueduct and take some fabulous pictures and look at the scenery around us. And we walked to the other end and then eventually went down to the shore, where we were just hanging out there chilling, and it was a very sunny day, so we had a lot of fun and it was great weather. And again, we enjoyed the scenery around us, and we were basically just throwing rocks in the water, but you know, it made us happy, so it is what it is.
After a trip to the aqueduct, our group returned to our tour bus and headed for the city of Nimes. Our first stop was the Arena of Nimes, or how it's known there, La Haine de Nimes. This place is considered to be one of the most well-preserved Roman amphitheaters in the entire world. Nowadays, this arena is used to house 2 annual bullfights, and it has enough seats to hold up 24,000 spectators. After the amphitheater, we walked around for a bit and stopped for like a snack at a cafe. We returned to the bus and headed towards our new hotel. We left our bags in our room, got ready, and then headed down to go and eat dinner. The food was really good, and no matter what anyone else says, this is probably the best day on the trip.
favorite too, because of course we're protecting it. So day 5 took place on March 17th. We woke up bright and early as usual and made our way via bus over to the Companionship, which is located on the Alpine Mountain. And as you know, mountains are very cold and windy. So David, where is he? There. Such a gentleman, let me borrow this jacket. So every time you see him wearing this jacket, I want you all to go over to him and give him a big high five. So the Companionship is located in the Côte d'Azur region of southern France. So we were given a tour going up the mountain, and it overlooked a nice view of southern France. Once we got to the top of the mountain, we were allowed to break out into groups and go explore on our own. We were able to visit some shops and some places to eat. I think some of us went shopping and the rest of us got something to eat. Then we made our way down and we took a bus over to the boardwalk of the Mediterranean Sea.
So after about an hour on the bus, we finally arrived at our next stop, Promenade des Anglais, which is, as they said, a promenade along the Mediterranean Sea. So there we relaxed, skipped rocks, and played in the water. We stayed for about an hour, then left for a tour of Venice. It's a vibrant and old town with narrow cobblestone streets and colorful buildings. We ended up splitting into groups where some of us played soccer and the others went shopping. After that, we headed to dinner where we ate spaghetti and the best part of the meal, baguettes. So that's pretty much the story of the best day. And now, behold our video of the great adventures of March 17th.
So during this day, we did a lot of fun activities. So first, we went to the Fabricant Parfumeur Boutique in Provence. So it's a small store that sells perfumes. And we went there and tried out several different samples of the different products. We were given a guided tour throughout the store, and we were able to try out some of the products for ourselves at the end. In fact, we were given samples. There were lemon, citrus, and even rose samples. And I personally liked something called the Citadelle, which I tried on a few of my friends, and they were quite surprised when I tried it on them. And so, after we exited the store, we went to the beautiful city of Monaco, which has a beautiful view of the ocean, and we stayed at several different restaurants in different groups. So, in the group I was in, we ate at an Italian restaurant, and we ate Italian pizza and pasta. It was very delicious. And I personally enjoyed the trip. I enjoyed interacting with my friends and teachers in the various cities, and overall I had a great time. And now I will present my
ancient Rome, where we visited the Colosseum, which is where battles were held between Roman hunters and animals. The second place we went to was the Forum Romanum, where we saw markets, temples, and the Senate House.
The last place we visited that day was the Piazza Venezia, which was built by a Venetian cardinal who became the Pope on the second. It was raining at the end of the day, and we went to a nice restaurant where we ate pizza, pasta, and chicken. So now please enjoy the menu.
best day and also the worst day, because it was our last day in Europe, which makes you kind of sad. Okay, so that morning we got on the bus at 8:30 a.m. and then we took the bus from our hotel in Rome to the Piazza di Spagna, where we saw the Spanish Steps. And the Spanish Steps were built between the years 1723 and 1726 and are meant to represent the close relationship between the sacred and the eternal city. Then we walked to the Trevi Fountain, where we all wished upon our coins, and as the legend states, one who tosses a coin into the fountain will be ensured a safe return back to Rome. After a short journey by foot, we admired the Pantheon, which is an ancient Roman temple built to appease the gods. We then traveled to the Piazza Navona, which is a square famous for its several art masterpieces, which make it one of the most important Baroque squares in the world. And here we wandered the square in two groups, where we observed the sculptures there were to see. And after a long day of walking, we still had more to see, and then that's when we went to the Vatican Museums and the Sistine Chapel. The Vatican Museums contain many art collections, and the Sistine ceiling represents the central phase of the spiritual development of humankind, as seen through the relationship between humans and God. And then we, after our guided tour through these two monuments, we went to this St. Peter's Basilica, where we were able to just roam around at our own pace, which is good for our last monument of the trip. And then we returned back to the hotel for the night, where we played cards for the last time, and we went to bed. So we had to wake up at 4 a.m. the next morning.
great pleasure to be here with all the students of Citadelle, my favorite school. So what I want to tell you is a few words about our trip, a wonderful trip. I hope that with this presentation you felt transported with us there. It was really wonderful. Nowadays, traveling has become home to all sorts of people: tourists, students, politicians, businessmen, and others. A tourist, for example, is interested in seeing places and observing the ways of other people in the world. Students go on educational tours with the intention of enriching their knowledge. Everyone who travels long distances does so with some purpose. Traveling has great educational value. When we travel to other countries, we come across different cultures, different customs and habits, and different manners. We learn not only about this, but all about the modern advancements in those foreign lands. During our travels, we come across many kinds of people that speak different languages and having a different set of beliefs, and we learn to move with such people. Traveling reinforces a friendship between people of different regions and countries. We probably learn a little of other languages, which is an advantage. Traveling helps us see the historic monuments and important places of different countries. We are really very thankful for this trip. We not only were able to interact and know each other better, but also to interact with other people. I would like to thank Madame Muriel. She is a wonderful lady. Without her, so our students will not have fun. Only with me, not much fun. So, for her leadership organizing this trip, right? So without her talent, our trip could not have been that successful as it was. Finally, our students behaved in an impeccable manner. Everywhere they went, raising to a high value standard the name of our school, my favorite school. Thank you.
Round two. And I miss you. Now I wonder everybody if I could fall into the sky. Do you think? And now, so let me hold both your hands in the holes of my sweat. Be all like baby, all like baby, oh. I thought you'd always be mine. Cause my heart can't take it.
I hopped on the plane at LAX with a dream of my cardigan. Welcome to the land of fame excess, and my God fit in.
Baby, oh! I thought you'd always be mine. Just take your breath away. There's not much to say. Sometimes silence guides the mind. So to the place so far away.
Waking from this bad dream, going down. And I just can't believe my first love.
I'm leaving it, but
I wanna play it cool, but I'm losing you. I'll buy you anything,
and I miss you. And now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Where you think you're going, baby? Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me maybe.
The light and let it shine. Just own the night like the 4th of July.
Walk 1,000 miles. Bye.